Welcome everyone. This week's Torah portion is Vayigash, which in Hebrew means, and he came close, and he approached. Judah, one of the strongest sons of Jacob, approaches Joseph, and he still doesn't know who he is. And he says, do not take our youngest brother Benjamin as a prisoner, as a slave. Take me instead to be your slave. Joseph sees that his brothers now care so much for one another, and it warms his heart. So he finally decides to reveal himself, his true identity, to his brothers. And he says, I am Joseph. Is my father still alive? My father Jacob. And right away the brothers are overwhelmed with emotion, and they say, of course. And they go back to their father, who was living in the land of Israel, to tell him the wonderful news. Jacob, all of his family, in total was 70 people, they came down to live in the land of Egypt. Now, Joseph, before his brothers left, he told his brothers, don't feel bad that you sold me as a slave, because it was all meant to be. It was all ordained from God that I should be in this position now, to save so many people from hunger, and to save our family from hunger. So go back and bring your families, and we'll put you in the nicest place in Egypt to live, which was called Goshen. And Joseph continued governing Egypt and bringing all the wealth to Egypt. And his family was living in this wonderful part of Egypt. On the way down to Egypt, God told Jacob, do not fear, do not worry when you go down to Egypt, because I am going there with you. And I promise you that I will bring your family back up to Israel after you go down to Egypt. So that's a promise that God made to Jacob. Now, something special we can learn from this week's Torah portion is Joseph telling his brothers, do not feel bad that you sold me and you wronged me. And for 22 years, our father thought I was dead, because it was all meant to be. I was meant to be in this position to help you, to help the region, and to help the world. A lot of times we don't understand why certain situations happen to us. A lot of times we don't understand why certain things had to come our way. But we can always know one thing for sure, that God has a plan for everything that happens in the world. And there is a bigger picture. And when we accept that bigger picture, we release the resentment and the anger towards other people and other situations in our lives, because we know it is all meant for the greater good. So we can look beyond the small obstacles that come our way. Thank you very much for watching this week's Torah portion. Have a wonderful week. Shalom.